everybody. Today I'm going to Phoenix, Arizona right now. I don't intend to make this a live where I expect anyone to actually watch it. So I want to put my thoughts on YouTube basically, because this is my biggest platform and I rarely use it. And if I use it as a live platform, it'll at least upload right away. And I don't have to do any post-editing work, which is where all my videos get trapped. I make a video and then I just sit on it because I don't have the time to edit anymore. So I'm just going to post some live thoughts, and this is for myself, and obviously there's no one watching right now, so this is just for myself and to think about in the future. So right now I'm headed down to Phoenix, Arizona. I'm going to a Who Not How workshop, and if you guys don't know, Who Not How is a book. It's a very popular business book, and I actually randomly read it about 3-4 weeks ago. And I actually read the book all the way through. It's quite a really interesting book. So when I heard that there was a Who Not How workshop at the Andy Elliott Lion's Den area, I was like, I gotta go to this. This will be one of the 8 or 9 conferences that I go to every year. And I think the conferences are a really good way to make sure that you're advancing yourself. Hang on one sec. Going to conferences is like, you meet so many people, and as you take Who Not How and you apply that to your life, the Who Not How book is about, instead of learning how to do something with your business, it's about learning who to find who can create something for your business. And when I think about it, the biggest overnight level that my business took was going from no agent to having an agent. And what I did to accomplish that was I signed up for a conference, I signed up for a fair group, like a convention type of thing, an association. And I thought, man, I bet you there's some good agents in here. And I found my agent in that directory. And just because of that, business probably 4 to 5x'd overnight. And that was because I found a who, and I didn't sit around and try to figure out how can I multiply my business by 5. I thought, who could I multiply my business by 5? And by looking for a who, you find someone who has the experience, who has the knowledge, and maybe they possibly already have the network available to apply yourself within their network. So one of the main business moves that I've been focusing on for the past, let's say 6 months or so, I actually just went to a Alex Hormozi business scaling workshop. It cost me $5,000. And one of the main things that I came away from there was that I need to go to more conferences, because conferences are where you meet the people that can be considered a who, rather than trying to figure out how I get there. So networking is one of the main things that I focus on a lot in business, and I have always tried to go to every single networking event I possibly can in Las Vegas. I've tried to always go to every single networking event. If someone's having a party or something, you never know who you're going to meet. And if I could rewind back the last 8 years of living in Las Vegas, I would say most of the connections that I have, I met from going to networking events or like house parties or something like that. So moving forward in the next period of my life, instead of trying to figure out, because the last 8 years of my business career, I've tried to figure out how I can learn everything. And I have a gigantic bucket of tools that I can apply, from Photoshop to sales to networking to PR to videography to like everything you could possibly imagine. I can do that in business. And what I'm going to try to do moving into this next decade because I just crossed one whole decade of being in business, 8 years with Off Axis, but 10 years with the 2 businesses that I had before that. And one of the main mindset shifts that I'm moving towards is trying to look for who, not how, and not trying to figure out how do I, like the other day I was like, how do I start a theater business? Like, one of the things we want to do moving forward is move into the theaters and start booking theater shows. And I was, for like 2 days, I was sitting there like, man, how do I do this? I don't know how. And then I was thinking, man, there's this book that I read, Who Not How. Why am I not looking for who can show me how to do this rather than trying to figure out how? Because it's going to be a lot easier to just hire someone, lose a little bit of equity or, some kind of paying up front or whatever it is for something to get that advancement in the business. So I just looked for who, and I found someone. The deal's not done yet, but that's something that we've been working on lately, is moving to the theater business, because the main thing with Off Axis is that we're very based in the hot time of the year. We only operate, let's say during fall, spring, and summer, and the winter time is basically empty. So we make a ton of money for like 8 to 9 months out of the year, and then I just sit on all of my savings for the next 3 months. And one of the biggest constraints that I figured out was that I can't sit on money for 3 months. Even though this 3 months a year, I go to a lot of business conferences, we make a lot of advancements in the business, I need to make sure that my business is at least still running at this period of time. So one of the things that I need to work on is trying to figure out a winter showtime, and that's where we came to find, let's make theater shows right now. So anyways, everyone who's tuning in right now, thanks, you like my hairstyle, thank you. I literally got out of the shower and threw some gel in, and we are headed to Phoenix. But for those of you tuning in, I'm just making this video to kind of plug in my thoughts on where I am in my business right now. I haven't been using my YouTube channel for 2 or 3 years, and I want to make a concerted effort to getting back on this platform. And I think just doing live streams every once in a while is probably the best idea, because as soon as I post it, it's up and ready to go. No editing, and that's where all my stuff gets lost. I have so many videos that I have filmed, and I put it in my computer, and I looked at it in the timeline, and I was like, screw that video. That video sucks. There's multiple videos that I just never upload, and it's because of that, and because I'm too busy with other stuff. So I'm going to try to do more live streams moving forward. Anyways, so for those tuning in, I'm just talking about who, not how, and it's one of these main business mindset shifts that I've been trying to move my mindset towards. And it's not figuring out how I can accomplish things with my business that I don't know how to do. It's looking for who. Because I'll give you a good example. For 10 years, no, sorry, not for 10 years, probably like 6 or 7 years in my business of Off Axis, I spent a ton of time reaching out to fairs, just cold calling people nonstop, trying to find people to book our show. And it wasn't until I found an agent who had been established in the same exact field that we're trying to go to, which was the fair industry, that I realized, wow, I should just look for this one person who has already established this part of business that I'm looking to get into. And by looking for that who and the person that I found, I was able to accomplish how do I start becoming one of the most booked shows on the market. And it was like an overnight success story. We went from booking, I don't know, maybe 10 shows a year to booking 30 to 50 shows a year overnight by looking for one who. And all I did was find my agent, who again has been in the business for 50 years, has an established network of people. So for those of you who are looking to start a business or looking to advance themselves in a certain category, try to look for a person rather than a solution. So look for someone who has already solved what you're trying to solve and bring them into your business. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to put out a quick video. Just want to do like 10 minutes on the YouTube since I never post anymore. So if you guys enjoy my videos and my content, make sure you guys leave a comment down below, and if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. It's about to be dark anyways. I'm driving to Phoenix, Arizona right now to go to the Andy Elliott Lions Den to go to my second conference of the year. And the next 2 months, I have probably spent around like $10,000 to $12,000 on going to different business conferences. So from basically November through the end of January, I spend almost the entire time on the road just going to different conferences who, it's mainly for scaling my business, finding new clients and stuff. And for this case, it's just to get into rooms of people who are making similar amounts of money as I am, and just kind of like, create a better network than what I have right now. So thank you guys who tuned in. We'll see you guys in the next one. It's about to be dark, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for everyone tuning in. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you check out my Instagram. That's where I do most of my platform posting and stuff. Tanner Markley on Instagram. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone. How do you fucking end